It's the show
After the show.
And this may not be coherent. Some of us are running on no sleep. Some of us have a song stuck in our head, but no joy in our hearts. And some of us just aren't very attentive today. So, I mean, we'll see how this goes.
Are we ever attentive, though?
That's fair. But I
That
feel
is
like we
fair.
usually go seemingly well from point A to point B mostly.
That's true.
Today seems like one of those ones where, like, well, we started here, and I have no idea how the hell we got over here. But we are here now.
My
Until
life.
the gas runs out.
It's literally my life. How did I get here?
I just got in a car, and somehow I got to Utah.
You know, it's one of those days. If I get in my car, I'm probably going home.
Actually, Irma, do you get that?
I said that in a meeting.
I know, I feel that. Irma,
Anyways.
do you get that all the time since you moved here from out of state? People are like, how in the hell did you... Like, they're blown away that someone not from Utah moved here willingly. Every time, like, how did you get here? Like, were you kidnapped? Because that's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Basically, what brought you here? Are you going to school? No.
because
Always that!
It's because
Then
most
why?
people here secretly want to leave, but they don't.
They do not. It's factual. And they're like, well, get that... You Californian? Is that what you are? And then quickly
I
they
am
jump me.
purebred Cache Valleyman.
I'm just a
I don't
Georgia
know.
P.
Nevada!
using-
Crap, I couldn't hold it. Okay. Get all that out of the way. So, relationships are tricky. However, I feel like there's some very obvious pitfalls that are easy to avoid. Pitfall number 1, don't ask your wife if you can sleep with her sister. I feel like it's a pretty safe area not to operate in.
Well,
WTF?
See?
because that just puts everyone in a weird position. Why would you do that?
Yeah,
Like-
okay, so here's the story, right? Here's the story. So it's
Okay.
gone viral on Reddit. So a wife posted the story. Her and her husband have been trying to have kids, and it's not been going successfully, right? So they are exploring their other options. Well, the wife has a younger sister who said that she'd be the surrogate. And the husband went, oh, okay, this is easy. I'll just sleep with her. Done deal. Case closed. What are we having for dinner? Needless to say, wife not too pleased with his quick solution.
Well, yeah.
As the younger sister, I would have pulled back and been like, never mind, will not be surrogate, backing down. Heck no. No.
His reasoning, by the way, is he really just loves kids and he wants to have some of his own.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, there's other options, like the fact that he went in that direction says otherwise.
But hold on, you got to look at her thing too. She's like, yeah, I'll do it.
No, surrogate just means she'll
it's
carry
differently.
it.
Yeah.
She wasn't like,
No, so
she wasn't saying she was going to commit with the old school
Well,
process.
how do you know that though?
because she said surrogate.
Okay, I mean, it doesn't say one way or the other. I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say no, but okay, fine, you're right. It does not say that the sister-in-law wasn't like, yeah, all right, I'm down to clown. Let's get this over with.
Isn't there like a movie or a TV show where this happens?
There's a couple of about surrogacy.
Specifically, like with the sister-in-law, or just
It's like somebody related or something. Oh, I think it was the mom. The
Isn't
mom's
there-
like, yeah, I'll take.
Isn't there one where Tina Fey? Oh no, they're not related though. Tina Fey and Amy Poehler do one like that, right?
A baby mama.
Yeah. Amy Poehler, Carrie is Amy Poehler's the surrogate, right?
Yeah, Amy Poehler was supposed to be the surrogate, but she actually got pregnant by some other dude.
Oh, see, so I mean, maybe that's the solution. so my take on it was the same as everybody else. Obviously, no, bro, you don't get to be like double down on the sisters. But I don't have an issue necessarily with trying to find a way to cut out medical costs because I'm sure, and I have not looked it up, so I don't know. Surrogacy is not on the top of my brain and something I want to accomplish anytime soon. But I'm sure it's not cheap.
No,
So
it's not.
I'm good with them trying to find a way around it. A la not this part, like not just the simplest answer of just I'll bang the sister and this will be done. We'll get this taken care of in no time.
Yeah.
Boom, wham, bam, boom, kid.
That's awkward.
I agree. It's terrible. I don't know how if you're the wife, do you not go back in your head every time, be like, wait, was there like a hug that lingered too long? Did he say something during the wedding? Like all of these memories are now flooding back, and I've now made a terrible decision.
And now you just ruined your relationship.
Pretty much.
Oh,
yeah.
big time.
Because now, especially if she's an overthinker, she's not going to let it go. She's not gonna let it go. She's gonna be like, she'll be like, okay, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna get past this, and then one day she'll randomly be driving and be like, but wait a minute. Happens all the time to me. I know.
Can't be alone at family get-togethers.
Nope.
The Christmas cards ruined because they can't stand together. It's all done.
Yep.
Actually, fun fact, not really fun fact, stupid fact. When I was in high school, there was a girl that I had a crush on who was a year younger than me, and my brother went to high school the year after I graduated because we're 4 school years apart, and then she had a crush on him. And so that was super weird for me. When I was still I was only really connected with the people in my high school like for a year or two, and then the people that I really were friends with graduated and I didn't care anymore. But that was super weird to have that transition, I guess. I don't know what word really applies there, but while we're on this subject, somewhat, like there was no baby talk, obviously, but similar vibes here. It was dumb. It made me sad. It made me very sad. Okay, so speaking of relationships, the problem with cliches is the same thing that makes them great. There's a cliche for everything. So the problem is what the hell applies in any given moment? Because on one hand, you could say that opposites attract, meaning you should find someone diametrically the yin to your yang, because then you're completely different. But on the other hand, birds of a feather flock together. So you should find someone who's very similar to you. So which one applies more? Which one's going to lead to a more successful relationship?
Well, as not a relationship expert, I have no idea. I mean,
final answer, AJ. They all don't work.
I would think maybe I don't know. I kind of go back and forth because I would think maybe the similar, but then if everything's the similar and the same, there's really not excitement, or you can't explore new things.
I think it's just like a compromise, or if you're similar, but you are also similar in the fact that you want to learn or grow together. In other words, like my relationships that have been the most successful has been with boys or guys that are similar to me, but are we're willing to try new things. Because if we do the same things and it gets routine, it just gets boring.
Well, that's basically what you were saying.
Yeah.
Okay, well, according to a survey, so there were 3 answers. 1, birds of a feather, same. 33% of people said, oh, that's the most successful one. Opposites attract, obviously very different. 30% of people said would be more successful. And then the other 37% that's not accounted for, people said, no idea, bro. I got nothing.
No idea.
So a huge majority of people's like, I think at the end of the day, to both of your points, I think it can work. The number one rule in relationships is that there's no rule that works consistently in relationships. So to me, at the end of the day, like I don't have any disagreement with either of your points. I would say whether you're opposite or whether you're the same, you have to communicate effectively, and then you have to be able to like do the things that whoever, same or different, your partner wants to do. Because, like, for instance, my girlfriend loves to camp, and I'm not an outdoor person at all, but I go with her because she loves to do it. And so, like, that's one of the things I would say, like, that's an example. That's a difference between the two of us, and we have a lot of similarities, but that makes it so that she can still have her thing, but it's also not a problem.
Yeah.
The example for communicating effectively is obviously you and I, because we say the same things all the time. We just don't say it in the same way. And then we're like, okay, that's not what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. And then one of us is like, that's exactly what I just said.
That's usually what he
That's true,
says.
actually.
And then I'm like, no.
It happened yesterday. I was asking about the shift schedule. And I was like, so this, and you're like, no, this. I'm like, okay, yeah, that. Yeah, that's what I mean. But it happens all the time.
It does. And then it leads to an argument.
Oh, guys.
I know, right? We're just a terrible couple. That's really what it ultimately boils down to, is we're just a terrible couple.
Communication is key.
Yep.
Solely, let's focus on that part and not the part where at the beginning of this, producer Butters went, nothing works. Let's just we'll focus on the communication part. That's what it is.
Yes.
Okay,
Most definitely.
what is the biggest red flag then that you think you've ever seen while dating? Because I think there's some people who get turned off either way by
Me?
two At one point in time, bro, same.
No job.
Oh yeah. Okay.
No
okay.
car.
Can I tell you a scenario since you said the no job one, and you tell me what you think? both of you. So a buddy of mine. So I have 3 best friends. Like there's a core 4 of us that have been together forever, right? So one of my best friends married, has a kid, has a house. Another one of my best friends has a house and is pathetically single and whatever. And another one has a house and he's been with his girl since, when did I go to New Mexico? 15, so 7, 8 years. 7, 8 years. They're not engaged. The reason he says why is because so he's my age. She is a few years younger than him. And she, to this date, still does not have her driver's license.
What?
Still to this date, does not have it.
Is that one of the reasons why he hasn't married her?
That's what he says is one of the reasons. He's not going to do it until you have to chauffeur around.
I don't think you need to rush into marriage.
Right.
But, I don't know. I have an uncle and aunt that, I guess aunt now, that it was 10 years before they actually...
Oh, I don't have any problem with the time whatsoever. My focus was solely on the driver's license part.
Well, okay, yes, but,
See, because
So how does that work? Do they live in a city?
Yeah, my hometown.
Is there like a bus system?
From my understanding, that is a small part of it, but it's mostly rides here and there. Him, other people.
Wouldn't that get, annoying?
I personally feel like I would hate counting on someone else or not being able to leave whenever I wanted to.
I'd rather take my car because if I want to leave, I can leave whenever.
Does she work?
Yeah. Yeah.
Full time.
Yeah. Yes.
What's the hesitation?
I don't know. Maybe she just
I
can't
asked
pass.
once. I asked once, and the reasoning was she did it once, she hated it, and never wanted to do it again. And I was like, that doesn't make any fundamental sense to me.
That's like if you were trying to do something and you failed and you're like, yep, not doing that ever again.
But the car is so important. It blows my mind because there's times that I visited and she's like, I need to go do this, and I'm like, walk, because I'm sorry, that's not how this works. He's not your chauffeur. It blows my mind that.
And I'm guessing he was like, okay.
He puts up a fight and he's obstinate, but obviously he deals with it enough because it hadn't been solved.
Huh.
That's one of the craziest things. I've done tons of stupid stuff. I've dated plenty of women that have done stupid stuff. My friends have been in plenty of stupid stuff too. This is one of the biggest things that stands out to me because it's one of those most simplistic things in terms of solution. And it's that feels like such a huge one because it's such a simple fix.
Yeah.
Just go do it. It's idiot proof at this point. I feel like you really have to try not to get your driver's license.
I couldn't live without a driver's license.
Me neither. There's no way.
Seriously.
There's no way I'm walking, 20 miles into work.
No.
You got this, Butters. You got this. I believe in you, man.
It's so funny. Well, I might be there.
We'll see how Airport
Oh no,
Road
I
is.
broke a leg. Sorry, my leg broke down.
Yeah,
I
but
can't come in today.
Even when you had to hitch rides at that one point in your life, that's just a prime example of how successful that was.
Yeah.
And they were coming to the same place.
Right. Well, and I had the bus as the fallback option, but
I tell you, every year I told myself when I was on campus, when I was in college, I was like, I'm going to take the bus. It's free. I don't have to worry about parking and get parking tickets. And every year it lasted about a week and a half. I said, nope, don't care.
Nope.
Not risking it. You got to be there so early and they got to make all these stops. I was like, no, it's not worth it. I'm going to risk the parking ticket for the 15 extra minutes of convenience at my discretion as opposed to waiting for this stupid bus.
That's your bus fare is the parking ticket.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think it balanced out in the end. I mean, because, you get caught occasionally, but more often than not, you don't. And by the way, some of the worst people in the world are those tire chalkers. I don't know about the rest of universities. I haven't experienced enough of them, but at Purdue University, they are atrocious.
Oh.
They suck. I once parked. This is completely off the relationship topic, but now I'm passionate about this, and I hate these people. I parked once. It was a 2-hour parking spot, and I think it's similar. They take they have a little baggie on a stick. It's a sock that has chalk dust in it, and they just smack the back of the tires, and then it marks whenever they did it, like red is 1 o'clock or whatever, and they'll come back periodically to see if it's still there. I got whatever happened. I was parked for 2 hours and 17 minutes at a 2-hour parking spot, and I got a ticket. I was like, Were you just on me the second I got here? Like, that's ridiculous. I know technically it's not right. I parked there longer than 2 hours, but I'm like, 17 minutes? 17 minutes? Really?
I mean, how would they know?
That's
Really?
true. I mean, I know
'Cause
that
they don't care. They don't have nothing here.
they marked my car here. I parked in a 3-hour, and I came back and I saw my tires were marked for like 2 hours, and I was like, "Well, I'm leaving," but I did not appreciate that.
I've never seen
Marks
that
on my
before.
tire.
I think I don't know.
quite
I
upset.
can't say for 100% that it's consistent across the board, but that's how they do it at Purdue, and I've seen it other places, so I think that's how they do it. Because the idea is that chalk will not cause damage and will come off easy, obviously, because it's chalk dust.
Yeah, you can just, lick it off.
So then go over and
I do know that there are during the spring and summer. I don't think they're necessarily a collective organization, but at Purdue, while I was there was a group of people who would take squirt guns around and spray the chalk off of people's tires. So I do know that heroes like that exist. Actually, my favorite group I ever heard of, and it's one of those things where I think you have to know someone to get into it. But like, you know how like the first day of every semester, there's all these meetings like come out to Spanish Club and all this, and they have all these get-togethers to tell you everything. There was a group on campus that I heard about that was a secret group. Everybody knew about it, but you couldn't figure out how to get into it. Where all they did was find out all the organizations that were hosting get-togethers and had pizza, and they would show up with Tupperware and steal pizza. That's the whole point of the group.
that's
Wow.
Whole point of the group.
You're not invited to this party.
But you show up or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, I'm here for the information," and just sneaking pizza, and then like all of a sudden 5 members leave, and like that's the whole point of that group, and it's the coolest group I've ever heard of, and I never got invited into it.
That is nuts.
You would do it. You imagine how much free pizza you could live off?
I don't think I would go just to steal some pizza.
I mean, sometimes I go to meetings for the pizza, but
I mean, here, I'll go to any.
I mean, I've sat through a timeshare meeting before, and I had no intention of that. So, like, that's the major leagues of that. So clearly, I have no problem going down lower. Those guys, I
it
mean,
all depends on who's there too.
that's true. Fair.
all right.
What the meeting's
I
about.
mean, food and eye candy. I mean, come on.
That's fair. That's fair, actually.
Remember, the lesson is communicate effectively. That's what's most important. That's what we took away.
You know, I'm only here for you. Sorry.
I mean, you've communicated honestly, that's for sure.
That's true. That's true.
This has been the show.